Okay, let's move on to the second part of our experiment with ChatGPT. We are going to see whether we can analyze the strengths and weaknesses of our opponent and find a compromise with our strengths and weaknesses. This is the tactical approach we have come up with. We have some individual instructions, but nothing too important. Pretty much that's the way we are. That's our baseline, how we're supposed to be playing. Now, we have to copy these instructions. We have just copy them, a screenshot here. As always, made a snippet around it, and we saved into Google Drive, as I've shown in the previous video. And yes, and we are going to open the instructions here. It's going to parse it without problem, and we are going here to save it. So this is the instructions. So my prompt is, I changed my prompt a little. Now I'm going nuclear with it, and this is going to ask. First I need the team, the scout report of my opponents, and then I will just going on and try and ask everything. I see how it deals with it. Okay, the opponent now in this game is Roma. And of course, we have a team report of them. The analyst, no, not the analyst, the scout report. Now we see that is a very dangerous opponent. Has a lot of strengths, very few weaknesses. So it's going to be a tough match, that's for sure. As I've seen, we are going to copy the strengths and weaknesses and see what we can do with ChatGPT. Whether it's going to be enough. Anyway, let's see how much strength there are. There's quite a lot of them. Now, I don't wonder if that, for instance, they have a very standard high of passing is going to. I wonder what is going. We are going to do with this concentration. Through balls, exactly through balls are a problem. But okay, let's just copy strengths, positioning. No, not. It's not too much. Okay, this one, and then we go. We make a new file. This is going to be a long one, I'm afraid. Those going here. And these are going to be the strengths. Strengths of Roma. Now we are going to need a new one for the weaknesses, which regrettably are pretty few. Let's snip them. We're going weaknesses Roma. Okay, now the usual game. We go here to Google Drive. Hope that we're going to see the strengths of Roma. and the weaknesses of Roma. Okay, let's save it font for Roma, because now we are going to put here the. Now it might be a very. Now I'm not sure of whether it's going to work. I haven't actually tried it, so let's see how it's going to. Whether it's going to be able to deal with such a long message. Now, regrettably, the limitation as of now with ChatGPT-4 are substantial. I don't know how many tokens it's going to accept. They're going to see it right now. But I'm afraid it's not going to deal with it. But it might. So I wrote down the question directly. How is going to. I wanted to give me the instruction that is going to give me just based on the position rep, and then we'll try to merge with the one that we created based on the strength and weakness of our team. Okay, let's move on to ChatGPT, and let's make a new chat. Now with the team, as I said, they are calling Roma Lupa because we don't want it to confuse it with the real Roma, which might be very different from the in-game Roma of year 2028. Okay, ChatGPT-4, of course, and let's see. Too many tokens I'm expecting. No, it's not good. Okay, it's going to deal with it. Let's see if it actually is going to give it us to an answer. Balanced, okay, and that's it's okay. Attack with standard, and that's the same as we have already. Pass to space, yes. Overlaps is the same that we already have. Focus, play. Balanced, that's different from what we have. Play auto defense, yes, and that's also different. Passive related standard is also different. Tempo standard is different. Work ball into box, yes. Crosses mixed to keep your position guess. Shoot on sight, neither. Literally crosses, no. Okay. Play for the CBCS. Run a defense, neither. Humor expresses, neither. Now, this means I don't think we can. It's going to be very tough to decide. It's going to be very tough to decide which one to. But anyway, now what I want to see. So we see that there are some overlaps and some things that are going to be different. And we are going to save this. Well, the next step would be can you point out the differences now that's is going to be it's probably not going to be able to do that. So let's I will come back right now and see if I can write the instruction that I was given in the previous threads so that the comparison is possible. Maybe I don't know if I actually should ChatGPT would make sense. I would have a look what the best way to do that. Well, now from the previous thread, I copied the team instructions that I was given when just analyzing strengths and weaknesses of Donostia. Okay, and this I can use from later references. And that's the same the same format that was just given by ChatGPT when discussing how to play against Lupa. And now we see there are some difference. I will try to these prompts. I'll tell him that these are the current team's instructions. I'll ask him to point out the difference with team instruction that he has just given me when Donosti is playing against Lupa and displaying the trade-offs of choosing one team instruction, each team instruction. Okay, no, maybe the last. And let's see whether he can give me an answer about this. Oh, this is exactly my older one. I wonder if we can get something sensible here. Let's see. Okay, and that's it actually. I don't think my team has weak passing, so I will say that actually play out of defense. Something that we can do against Lupa. So, well, this means that I will probably go against, I will use a standard passing. Okay. That was, see, a passing direct against, it makes more sense that would, against Lupa I would choose a standard passing directness. So we are going, according to this, we are going to suffer a lot of pressing against Lupa. So again, it's probably best if we can choose. So in the end, I'm not sure if it actually makes sense to have a look at our strength weakness if we end up always choosing. Well, now that's one place where I probably will use pick up the one that where Lupa is playing better. Now you might change it back. We might change it back when playing the game. Now we have two options. So here to practice top, bring down a notch a little, both by passing direction and tempo when playing against. Well, they're not different. Why are you saying that we are different? I'm not sure if actually I caught everything. Now it seems are there other differences? I'm not trusting it that okay. Now I see I might do something else. Now I'm going out of memory probably because I know, and I taking and I just have a look at what is different. I know. So I'll come back once I underline what the ones that are different. Okay, I'm done. And there are quite a few things that are different. Well, now see. Uh, Now, what I think we're going to do, I will make a second. I'll say this tactic. See whether there is a tactic that I can get rid of. I'll get rid of this one. I'm not sure if I saved. And I load as a copy. Oh, there are quite a lot. Luckily I can find it. Okay, let's change it as the way you want me to change it. So that's want me to, these are the ones that are going away. Play out of defense, work all the box, mixed crosses. These are going away. That was roll it out and distribute fullbacks. This is staying here. This is going away. This is staying. This is staying. Well, pretty much. And that's how. That's how the different. Let me check it. Double check it again. Yes. More urgent. No, that was true on both. Well, in the end, it doesn't change. Yeah, we have actually much fewer directives here, so that's now the things that we can try and change during the game is moving here now. When we bring a stronger opponent, maybe I don't know, we should adapt to them opponent rather the other way around. So that's I would be in the game. I would go in the game rather with this idea rather than um, staying on holding on to the approach that we found out when analyzing our strengths and weaknesses. But anyway, let's say this. Well, and let's move on. Now, one thing that we're going now to have is the tactical meeting, and interesting what comes out with. Now, that's there are the suggestion of even going cautious and to regroup after losing possession instead of counter pressing. Why? Now, I would say that I would go on and tell me but the assistant has advised me to play with a caution mental rather than ballast and to regroup after losing possession. That would be in opposition from to counter press. Counter pressing when playing as Donostia against Lupa. What do you think? System manager, just to make clear. Let's see if no, sure, I know, but yeah. But of course, this is a game where a draw is, well, is a very good result. Well, considering how strong the opponent is, I say I would go with assistant manager suggestion now. I know that many don't. Yeah, I tend to agree that the team is very dangerous for us, so I would go on with the manager suggestion. Let's see where it brings us. Did I do that already? I guess so. Now, one thing that where I'm not going to do is doing with asking me information about the opponents. Oh, that will be a subject of another video if ever. It's going to be pretty complicated now. This is how I'm going in. So I don't know. I was supposed to do cautious. I thought I had changed it. And to regroup. That's what is suggesting me. Roll it out, distribute to fullbacks. That would be. That's how we're going. Extremely conservative. Now there are other issues here about, for instance, this guy. Now, of course, choosing the role for the formation will be another subject in itself, and we'll get to that. But as of now, let's see. Well, I mean, I think that I can go on. Just let them play. Well, this is not necessarily the best role. Well, I see. Let's see. Yeah, I forgot there's a pressing forward. This is the best role for this guy. Well, I don't. There are a few player instructions that I should need to analyze as well. For instance, this guy is sitting out and crossing to the center. This guy dribbles more because I think it's actually good, and this guy takes more risk because there's a good vision now. Now that would be stuff for another. Now these guys. Now these guys we will switch them between center back and BPD. Now I have to figure out how I can use some technology, be it ChatGPT or something else, help me, get me advice on this. That's how we are going to roll today. The team instruction has been set by. We'll have a look at them before beginning. And we'll go to match. That's something for the next video, I guess.